Hello my friends. Okay, garden tour at Robin's house. As you can see, the kids have been at work back here. I told Samuel yesterday that he was not to take the slide pad out because it is too cold. But he did it anyway because we had a babysitter last night. She's a soft touch. Anyway, here's flower gardens. I've got irises coming. We've still got tulips blooming. My mini irises are flowering. These irises, I'm just going to tell you about these irises because they're very special. These irises, there's a bud on the iris. These ones are yellow. These came from my Auntie Pat's garden, and my Auntie Pat gave my mother divisions, and so that they came from Auntie Pat's to my mother's house, and then when I moved into my own house, my mother gave me divisions, and they're doing this. Now I need to divide them so that I can actually take them out to the other property. And there's sedum, and there's a really, really out of control rose bush. This thing gives the most fantastic, fragrant pink flowers, but check out these thorns. Is that insane or what? I don't know if it's even focusing on those. I think you could probably see them down the branch, but vicious, vicious, vicious thorns. I've been trimming this, and I fear that the children are going to end up with thorns in their feet because, you know, I don't know if you've ever pruned roses, but thorns fly all over the freaking place. My God. Okay, so here's the veggie bed, which is what I actually meant to say. So you guys saw the video of Christie's. Here's the video of mine. Totally different state, totally different climate. It's very interesting. Okay, these are Jerusalem artichokes. They are perennial. They come back every year, and they're like potatoes, but they don't have as much starch in them, so they're more of the consistency of a kohlrabi or a carrot, I guess. They're a root vegetable. They're crispy. They're really good. They're incredibly invasive, which is why I have this piece of plastic jammed down in the ground between them and the other side. So here we're getting into where, in theory, there is asparagus here. Now, I have picked 2 pieces of asparagus, and I don't see any more coming up. You can see where I picked the asparagus right there. I picked the asparagus, but I don't see any more. Oh, look at that. There's one right there. For some reason it is bent over and not looking for the sky. Not so sure about that. But anyway, this is the asparagus patch. Oh, there's more coming up. Hallelujah. And this is lavender I've got in front of it. I want to take the lavender with me. But lavender doesn't move well. I actually have 4 lavender plants, and one of them I actually already tried to move while it was dormant. I moved it into a pot, and it is not greening up the way these ones, you can see these ones are starting to green up. I bought my tomatoes as starts. I did not buy them as seeds, which is why they're this tall, but there's one tomato plant. There's the other tomato plant. Not even vaguely close to flowering, Christy, never mind having plants on them. Or tomatoes on them. There is Samuel's pea from school that they started. I'm pretty sure the same thing. These are smaller tomato plants. Those are I got at the organic store, and they are supposed to be these heirloom, fantastic, amazing, etc. flowers. Here's my cilantro. I'm laughing. Christy, your cilantro is gonna, if you just let it flower, it'll make you some coriander seed. If you just let it keep going. These are nasturtiums, or they will be. I've got bachelor buttons along the front here too, seed, but I don't know what they look like when they're coming up. This is my carrot patch, and I'm laughing because I don't actually know what out of all of these little creatures are the carrots and what out of all these little creatures are weeds. So I just have to leave them until they become recognizable. I thought because I planted the carrots in rows that I would discover distinct rows of something and I could just weed around them. However, it doesn't seem to have worked out that way. I've got these little guys. I'm not sure if that's a carrot because, again, I planted heirloom carrot seeds, or if that is a seedling off this thing, which I also want to take with me, but I don't know how it's going to move. That's a bronze fennel, and it makes fennel seed, which of course it casts all over the garden. And so this might very well actually not be a carrot. This might be a baby bronze fennel. I really don't know. I've got broccoli there. These are my broccoli starts. Again, I start very little from seed because I don't really have a place to do it. And our season is so short that if you don't start it from seed in like February, they'll never fruit for you. So anyway, those are broccoli starts that I got at Canadian Tire, and these are cucumbers. I grow Lebanese cucumbers because they're the little skinny seedless kind with the, you know what I mean, they're teeny. And the kids just stand here and eat them, which I love. I love watching Samuel standing there in the garden eating cucumbers and peas off the vine. It cracks me up. There's the sandbox. My strategy with the sandbox is every year I put it in a different place in the vegetable bed because then I can just mix the sand in. Yeah, it's sort of mixed results on that. That is a pot of mint, which has a rose campion growing in it, which I left because I like rose campions. That's a rosemary. This is, I've got thyme along, you can see the thyme along the front of the bed, which I keep there most of the time. Here the thyme needs to be restored because it's like full of grass and dead branches and stuff. That's all peas, which in theory will grow up this big stick, which kind of looks like it's getting buds on it, which is really peculiar. If this plant is actually growing after I shoved it into the ground here, I will be very surprised and shocked. I've got red lettuce. Again, from starts, I did not seed any of this. And this is garlic. The garlic is a peculiar story. My garlic does this every year. My garlic and dandelions, yeah, they do this every year. They get crazy like this. They get these really, really long leaves, and then they don't do anything underneath, and I never seem to be able to harvest any garlic. So I don't know what the scoop is, because when I dig them up, it's just like one thing of garlic underneath, and aren't they supposed to like divide and prosper and, you know, live long? Yeah, there's my pretty red sales lettuce. It's beautiful. I don't really want to pick it and eat it because it's so pretty. That's an onion. Same story on the onions. They do this. Christy, don't worry about your onions. Don't feel bad if they're not growing because I suck at onions and garlic. Raspberries back there, which are just always there. They're rank. They grow into the grass, which I don't really mind because you just cut them down with a lawnmower and so they don't get woody or anything. They just stay like that. And these, just to complete the backyard tour, these beautiful 2 maple trees at the back. I am going to be so sad to leave because these 2 maple trees, this is getting long, I just got to tell you about it though. These maple trees, I transplanted from my parents' yard before they moved to the East Coast. And I actually went and I dug those up and I brought them home sticking out the window of my original little brown Mustang and planted them here, and they're finally casting shade from my yard, which is very exciting. So anyway, there's my garden. I've got there's the other, you know, there's my shed and my compost bin and the back of my ugly house. And flower bed, I've got stuff coming up in here, thyme and stuff. And my lilacs, which are sensational right now. Anyway, my friends, there's my tour, and Christy, isn't that cool? Like a lot of the same plants, but like totally different state of growth. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, love you all. Can't wait to see you. Bye.